Alright, so I pulled the trigger. I have mentioned that I was possibly getting a 70's Japanese guitar. Okay, well it was a Conrad, which has taken a lot of research. There's not much online at all. Conrad are a Matsumoku guitar that ceased production in 1978. So I've determined that what I've got here is a Matsumoku Strat from 1976, 77 or 78. I've got a website up now which I'll show you, which will define exactly when it's from, but I've got to break it down. I've got to get into the neck pocket, which is a bit of a bum. But it's passed all the tests. It's been a difficult one. Now, I'll quickly show you. So it's got a big 70s style headstock, and this logo style is what caused me to delay just for 24 hours, because all the Conrads I found have got like this 70s script, and as a result, that it made me suspicious. It's like, could there be, you know, another Conrad guitars that is, you know, from like more recently or something. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. Right, so, you know, all of the Conrad guitars that I found, they all had this style logo, right? So they had that style logo, and they all seem to have that, and it took me fucking ages. Look, there's another one. You know, it took me ages, okay, to get to the bottom of it, and I found a forum, and a guy posted me on Messenger, and he showed me a guitar which was a 1978 sort of Jazz Master hybrid. Come on. That was a sort of Jazz Master hybrid, as you can see there, which has the same logo. And so I finally, you know, it's difficult. Can you see? Can you see that? Hang on, let's get it dead on. Oh, nearly fucking. Okay. Right there. Do you see? So the same logo as mine. And so if it wasn't for this reply to a question in a forum post, you know, within this 24-hour period of research, I might not have gone for this, because it's actually very hard, because the strings are so old and shit. It's actually very hard to tell in a shop. It's not till you get to your sort of home environment, really, that you can judge a guitar properly. You know, I don't think. But yeah, so just a very quick video. I haven't even plugged this in yet, so let's just go over. Yeah, no, it's HSH. As you know, I was after a triple single coil. This is the funny thing. At my guitar broker's place, right, on my hit list is like a red Hank Marvin-esque triple single coil Strat. It's on my hit list, so I can put a humbucker in my snakeskin. And I'm putting like an Invader style pickup in the snakeskin. Well, that's the plan. Yeah, so on the hit list, the red, and immediately jumps to mind is Encore, because I want to champion some of the Encores that I've picked up that have been very good. There are some good ones. They're not like, you know, a lot of people just write them off as being crap, and they're the easiest guitar to find. You know, like 40 quid Strats, you know. So I kind of wanted to champion them a bit. If, like, you know, if you know, it's a lot of people begin on those guitars, and there's so much like pressure, like materialistic pressure, to sort of have an expensive guitar. rather than, you know, loving the guitar that you've got and getting the most out of it. And I kind of live for that. You know, this YouTube channel's really like, I want it to be kind of focused about that. Oh yeah, so like a lot of, so I'll get to these stickers in a minute. But yeah, it's a, I'm a bit stoned. I can't even remember what I was talking about. So yeah, basically, 76, 77, I'm going to bet 78. Like, you know, some of the best guitars I've played have been 78, so that bodes well. I hate this sort of sunburst with the red. All my sunburst Strats before, you know, they've always been like the 57, you know, like with the black to black, you know, the tobacco sunburst without the red. Yeah, dickhead put these fret stickers on the top. I've removed one and it's left sticky crap beneath, so I'm going to have to clean the neck up. But it's grimy in like one area. Like there's fret wear in just this one area, as if all they've ever done is this. Like the wear on the frets and the fretboard, it really looks like that. I opened up the back. You know, because it's like, yeah, quite, you know, they put this black on here to hide the fact that it's a laminated body. This is a solid body. I was able to determine that in the shop quite easily. You can actually see the line is off, like on the Golden Goose. The line is off, okay, and then you can like follow that line around. Do you see? So it was like I was able to quickly determine that it is, you know, a solid. Because that is a concern, and it's like you just can't find shit about these guitars. So, you know, under the radar, 90 quid, 70's Strat, and fucking there you go. So I haven't even plugged it in yet. I tell you what, I've got the Vox warming up upstairs. Should we go and actually plug it in and see if it's any good? Should we do that? Come on then. I need my cup of tea. I'll tell you what. Let's compromise. You come over here, look, come over here. Let's compromise. One moment. So, I'll have me cup of tea a moment. I suffer from angina, which, you know, I have to sort of sometimes calm down a little bit. So I'm just going to calm down a bit before I run up the stairs. But I've got the Vox warming up upstairs, so you can join me as I find out for myself what this sounds like plugged in. Strings are old and fucked, really shitty old strings. I can't bloody... Now I've bought this, I can't afford to do anything else. So I can't afford to buy new strings. So we'll have to live with that. I really like this, and it's all the things I don't like. I don't like this. I don't like this. You know, I don't like Yeah, it's all the I don't like it. But it's the big headstock that drew my attention straight off the bat. Because apart from on like, you know, Squire's like classic vibes and stuff, you don't see that much. You know, the old Silver series and that, but you don't see it much. It's not something you see much. So on copies, I mean, you know. One thing that really does impress me is all of the cuts, you know, all of the sculpting and the chamfers, you know, the belly cut and all that, are just like on an actual 70s Fender Strat. They're not so pronounced as on, you know, guitars from the 50s and 60s and later on. It's also heavy like a 70s Strat. It's at the heavy end of the Strat spectrum. But sound-wise and feel-wise, it's not a million miles away from my ESP, and that has a Tokai neck, so like there's some sense there because some of those, the Tokai and the Kasugi or Kasuga, the Kasuga, they come out of the same factory. So but yeah, you can Google like Conrad guitars and you'll find the same limited amount of stuff as me. So let's just have a quick relaxation ritual that you can join me for 1 second. And yeah, but because like this actually helps. Believe it or not. Not that I need that crutch, but if I've got a guitar in my hands, like I don't smoke a lot. Like what was it? I bought a fucking like Christmas, for example. Like I bought a gram, like on that winter solstice on the 21st, and I was still smoking that in the new year when I bought the Flying V, which was the last guitar I bought this year, was the Bloody V, which I bought on the very first day of the year. But yeah, I think it could be a good reggae guitar. Makes me think that right this second when I've got a bong in my hand. Join me. So yeah, it's like I buy a gram of good weed, or usually get given a gram of good weed, and that'll last me a good few weeks, sometimes a month. So although like I smoke like every day when I'm playing the guitar, I don't actually smoke a lot. It's a strange one, but yeah, it's like without the guitar, unless it's a movie or something like that, or a picnic in the New Forest or something. Not really got much interest in it. It's not like I used to, but I love it for like making music. It's very helpful. Like I've got a very like busy mind, and it helps me stay in like a one track thing. I mean, like the guitar playing. It's not even the thing that like I'm like best at really in life. It's weird, or maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm a historian. I write is one of the things that I do. I'm an amateur. Amateur historian. I mean, like, there we go. This is my stuff. I illustrate it as well. But these are the sorts of things that I write. There is like, there is stuff that I've like narrated on YouTube, but it's like. He, along with most of Mother Rome's sons, was still a little afraid of Crassus's power, and was well aware that he had stepped on the older man's toes at the close of the Servile War. Pompey had paused to wonder at what damage Crassus might do to him with his vast wealth as a weapon, and had been pleased and relieved to count Crassus among the very great fawning figures around him, offering thanks and tribulation for his achievements in Spain, among other things. But Pompey also well knew the duplicitous nature of all things political within Rome's sacred walls. He knew that Crassus, while paying due deference, may well have dagger in hand to be thrust in at a later date. This had the result of Pompey accepting Crassus's offer of a joint election campaign before he had even really thought about it. Perhaps it was a reaction of relief. Well, whatever, it was a good move, a powerful partnership. Pompey's name at the present was the most illustrious in all of the Republic, but Pompey's wealth and useful connections and contacts, plus experience of dealing in the snake pit of Roman politics, fell far, far short of Crassus's own. Together, it was obvious that they would make for a powerful pairing. The result, of course, was a landslide victory. Few were daft enough to provide much in the way of opposition, though few really liked Crassus and even less liked Pompey after his grandstanding stunts to get to where he was. Nonetheless, together they presented a powerful combination of the two ingredients usually so difficult to apply at the same time in an equal measure: the seniority of social standing and the ability to grasp the complexities of high republican politics, and the hearts of the common plebs that made up the massive populace that really was the Republic's very body and lifeblood. And even this far back in time, documentary evidence gives us a very clear idea as to those numbers. A census taken in 69 BCE, that's before the Christian era, reveals a total of 910,000 adult male citizens, a sizable voting bloc, and a considerable number of potential supporters for those that garnered popular support. the likes of Pompey. So right, okay, I write history essays. Okay, that's something else that I do. I'm also bang into this thing called like 40k, the world of Warhammer 40,000. As a kid, I was a lethal tabletop gamer and painted my own miniatures. I invented my own chapter, and I've always kept my hand in. Bicycles, as some of you know, like bicycle mechanics is something that like I kind of know inside out. I don't keep up with it, but you know, so for instance, when I, you know, didn't do it from 1997 to 2005, like, you know, when I got back into it in 2005, I had to spend like 3 months just catching up on the new technology, and I had to, you know, I had to learn how to like, you know, service like, you know, shocks and stuff. So, well, I'd only treat, you know, it was only elastomers the last time I looked. But you know, stuff changes in the industry, but it's the same. I mean, derailleur gears, and you know, I can service, you know, a push bike. I used to race tune. Okay, I used to race tune bikes for Burt Harkins Racing. So, you know, and if anyone's out there that back from those days, fucking say something in the comments. It'd be good to hear from you. I know that some of you are out there. Oh, I've got you on Facebook, but I don't know how much Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Anyway, let's go and try this fucker plugged in. So, oh, big shout out to the snail driver. Sort me out with a soldering iron. I have repaired a dickload of my leads. Unfortunate, couldn't repair this piece of shit. Oh, I'm sad about that. And this one was the only fail. The lead that I bought myself with my first paycheck, I got like a really expensive tweed Levi's strap, and I bought this lead with my first paycheck when I was working for Lecky Aviation, and so like that's the only one that like the repair failed. But I've got a whole bunch of patch leads for like, oh man, first time since what, 2016? Where I've got like a whole load of patch leads. It's great. Anyway, let's go and see what this is like plugged in. Oops. Actually, another quick swig of tea. Hey, look. Big headstock. You can see what it was up for there. So pretty cool. Yeah, 110 quid. So, you know, you could have had yourself a bargain there. And, you know, I'm not someone that batters people down. But there's things you could use to batter this one down. Like fucking, you know, oh, I've got to change the machine head. Or you could go, oh, it needs a refret. It doesn't. But you could say that. You could point at these little dents, which, you know, it needs a fret stoning. But you could point at that and say, oh, it's going to need a refret. Oh. And obviously, you know, these ridiculous stickers on the top there. So you can use those things. I didn't, okay? But I was in that sort of unique, that position you want to be in where, you know, the buyer should know more than the seller, okay? That's like a fundamental thing. And I didn't rush in and buy this like a fucking bull in a china shop. I saw this and I did the research, and there wasn't much there, and I had moments of doubt because it's a bit too good sort of immaculateness. But like, I guess the saving grace there is having another Strat that's kind of similar, that's not quite as old, but getting that way, you know, and it's a lot more beaten up than this, but it has some of the same hallmarks. You know, it has some of the same things. You know, they make a fucking, which is only really sort of occurring to me, they make a great stage pair, eh? Great fucking stage pair. What a great stage pair. Right. Mimi, look. Miggy Moo. Mimi. She's sulking because her mummy's at work. Miggy Mig. Mig. Mia. Yeah, look. Look. Do you want a biscuit? Oh, like you've just shown the whole world your utter slaveness. Go on, get back. Good girl. Right, I'm going to break it in two because she's struggled after. Right. Whoop. Good girl. What a good girl. You are such a good girl. Miggy Moo. Right. So let's go and see what this sounds like. Plugged in. Right, it's chilly in here, right? Miggy, are you following me? Right. Alright, let's use one of my repaired leads. Woohoo! Go on, Moog. Right, so I've got a JCM 800 set up, and let's do this thing. Oh yeah, I don't know if Right, I'm in sort of standard tuning, roughly. We'll leave it there just for now, just for this test. Right, so... I'm not convinced about that lead being a good repair, my god. I did check them all, that one seemed alright. I'll have to double check that, it could be the guitar, so just a quick change of lead. No, that's fine, yeah, I've got to double check that lead. Oh wow! Strings are so dead. Hey, 50's wiring, I think. Yes, I'm really pleased about that. So, like 50's wiring is when the tone, yeah, that tone is for in the middle pickup. The middle tone is for the neck pickup. There is no tone on the bridge pickup, and it's like a burn through. Brilliant. Right. So let's just go to middle pickup. Yeah. Oh, that is a nice sound. Wow, that's lovely. Oh shit, that's really nice. Sort of like a scooped sound with a really nice, like percussive snap. What do you think? JCM 800 with a bit of clon. And let's give it some fucking massive reverb. Oh, and obviously a bit of phaser. Get rid of that clone. Let's just give it all. Let's just dime the fucking JCM 800. Oh, that's better. Let's give it a bit more beans. Bridge pickup. Yeah, man, this is a fucking great addition to the family. So I'm going to put my cap on it being a 1978, because Mateys is a 1978, and it's the only one on record with the same logo. I don't think it's any earlier. If it is, all well and good. I mean, I was born 1974. I Once Upon a Time, if anyone remembers. Richard Donnelly, the second Urban Myth gig when I used the two Strats. I used my mate Mick's 1975 natural Strat with the rosewood board and black scratch plate, and I had my 1974, September 1974, the same as me, natural Strat with the maple board and the white fittings, and that was my stage pair for that gig. The only time I ever did that in using Mick's marvellous guitar, which was I don't think he has ever let anyone do that. Like, I think I'm the only person he ever let do that, so that was cool. But that guitar was a shitbox compared to this. I mean, it was a shitbox compared to my ESPokai, my ESPokai, right? It was a shitbox compared to that. You know, I've had a few Strats over the years, and like, you know, I had the opportunity to buy like a Strat that was from the same fucking month as me, and it was a dog. It really was. And it put me off 70's Strats for a long time, and fucking, God, yeah, you know, I had an Ernie Ball Music Man Silhouette at the same time, and it was one that come direct from their rep, and fucking, I think it was like through the same shit as like John Hornby skews. Am I wrong about that? But like fucking back in the day, we're going back to like 90, you know, mid-90s, and fucking, you know, like this was like an amazing fucking guitar, two-piece Swamp Ash, just like the most, I mean, Kev Walker, you're out there, you bought it off me, like, that was a fucking banger of a guitar, like, the only guitar I regret selling. But 1978 guitars that I've loved over the years, Dave Davis's Les Paul Deluxe, the cherry red with the mini humbuckers that he just plays every time he's sitting down playing comfortably, playing a guitar, just at home and whatnot. Or on the road even, like this is the guitar he basically writes songs on and he plays, and has done since the late 70s, and it's like a fucking beautiful, like, again, that like switched me on to like Les Paul's being good from that era when, you know, they're not really reported as being good, and mini humbuckers as well. Adrian Smith being obviously my favourite mini humbucker Les Paul player, although he put a DiMarzio Super Disc in the bridge, and yeah, fucking, so yeah, and he let me use that guitar for recording. I borrowed that guitar many times when I went to the Glenn Tilbrook studio. That was one of the best guitars. My 1978 Flying V, the Antoria Flying V, that was a guitar that I had probably many years, a guitar that I was known for, like back in the very early days, wicked guitar, and my Les Paul, the walnut body, the Paul, which Matt Swanson, you now own. Like that was a fucking tremendous guitar. That's a great investment, Matt, by the way. Even if you like discount all of the fucking stuff that's been changed on it, i.e. everything. Like, which, I mean, upgraded, don't get me wrong, it's all upgraded, like, you know, like it's all like Grover machine heads and like Schaller bridge and tailpiece, Seymour Duncan, Jeff Beck at the bridge, Seymour Duncan, George Lynch, Screaming Demon at the bridge, and Jazz at the neck. You know, that was an amazing guitar, and I really want that footage of me playing solos with that, drawing in people from like half a mile away with that massive fucking sound up there at that Scouts fucking festival shit that we blew. I'd love to find that. But yeah, like, so there's been 70s guitars that I've loved and owned. Roland Manuel has an amazing black 70s Strat. Pete Agate has a wicked fucking 70s Strat, and he's an amazing light player. If 6 was 9, you know, that band. And if I remember, when I was doing like fucking a bit of like overhanging tech work, and there's that one fucking festival with 9 Below and the Hamsters, I'm pretty sure they were using a 70s Strat. Well, I think it sounds pretty fucking mint, and I haven't done anything to it yet. But yeah, gotta say, wicked fucking stage pair, right? Wicked fucking stage pair. 70s and 80s together in harmony. And yeah, this is a fucking absolute banger. So I've got to get it into proper tune. Gives me an opportunity to feel the machine heads. Right, let's get rid of the reverb. This fucking Vox amp, right? So that's a JCM 800 there. That's with a tube. I've added a tube screamer, right? Just for the minute. Anyway, yeah, I'll get it in. I'll get it roughly in, and I'll just let it sit like it for an hour or two. But I'm not going to adjust anything really, truss rod or anything, until I can put new strings on it. But yeah, the machine heads look like shit, but they work fine. They're actually alright. See, that's your better fucking like thrash sound with the tube screamer. Gives it with that crunch. JCM 800 and tube screamer. It's the best. Let's just quickly go with Vox AC30, right? Just for the shits and giggles. This is with nothing, tube screamer, nothing. Do you know what I mean? So we've just gone from JSON800 to like fucking AC30, and it's there or thereabouts. I mean, I can't write that off. Right, so fucking what can we say? I'm really pleased. It's been a great case of like, since something piqued my interest, did the research, got a good deal. 90 quid I paid for this, and I think every fucking penny of that 90 quid is in the sound registers, and I haven't touched it. Literally, that's the first time I plugged it in. I mean, I got home with it like 40 minutes at the most before I upload, before I film this video, and yeah, I've been planning this for a little while, and I'm really fucking pleased. So Matsumoto, 1970s, gonna say 78, could be earlier, so I'm gonna say 78 because it can't be later. Strat, and I'm happy as fucking Larry, and woo, God, they look good together. Yeah, they look good together. And so I am gonna go and jerk off a bit, I think, and like finish my tea and whatnot. But yeah, happy as Larry. Hope there was something enjoyable in it, and thank you for all your support, because I wouldn't be able to do this without you. But yeah, goodbye.